Hey you guys, Happy New Year. I know I've been away for so long, but it was for my greater good. One thing I will always preach about, your mental health is important. I just needed to take a step back. I needed to breathe. And I know I got a lot of DMs from you guys saying, hey, where are you? Like, when are you coming back? Especially on TikTok. I needed to breathe and I needed to just collect my thoughts. I just needed time to myself. So I'm back, you guys. Let's get into it. This message is finding you when your soul is louder than your circumstances. Not when everything is figured out, not when you feel ready, but when something inside you has started stretching past the edges of your current life. I'm speaking to someone who's standing at the edge of a threshold without realizing how close they are to crossing it. You are outgrowing the version of yourself that learned how to survive, and now your spirit is asking a different question. What does it look like to fully arrive? I feel like there's something that a lot of people don't talk about often, and everybody always wants to get to this destination part of their journey, or like they have this goal and it's always just a destination, but really the true destination is the journey itself. There is an intelligence waking up inside of you that cannot be put back to sleep. It's subtle, but it's relentless. It's the reason you feel restless even when things are fine. It's the reason old goals no longer satisfy you. It's the reason your intuition has been louder than logic lately. You are not losing interest in life. You are upgrading your capacity for it. I keep hearing the word calibration. Your nervous system, your desires, your sense of self, all recalibrating to match a much larger identity. And this is why it feels disorienting. You are in between timelines right now. The old one can't hold you. The new one hasn't fully solidified yet. So it feels quiet, empty, suspended. But nothing is wrong. This pause is sacred. You are being stripped of the need to explain yourself. You are being released from the habit of asking permission. You are being trained to trust your inner knowing without external confirmation. There is something about you that changes the atmosphere when you enter a space. And you've always known that, even if you try to downplay it. You're not meant to follow existing paths. You're meant to reveal new ones. That's why comparison exhausts you. That's why advice rarely lands. That's why your vision doesn't translate easily into words. It's not meant to yet. You're incubating something that will make sense later, but only after you choose it before it's validated. And yes, this season can feel lonely, not because you're unsupported, but because very few people can walk beside someone who is mid-becoming. Your isolation has sharpened you. Your solitude has refined your discernment. Your quiet has taught you how to hear yourself. I'm hearing that you've already released more than you've given yourself credit for. Old attachments, old identities, old ways of shrinking to keep peace. You didn't walk away dramatically. You simply stopped feeding what drained you, and that decision altered your trajectory. Pay attention to the next few months. Momentum will not come from effort. It will come from alignment. Things will start responding to you differently. Opportunities will oddly feel timed, almost casual yet precise. That's not luck, that's coherence. You are no longer chasing, you're being met. One more thing, this is important. You are allowed to enjoy this. You are allowed to feel proud before the proof arrives. You're allowed to celebrate yourself without waiting for permission. Stop postponing joy. Stop treating happiness like a reward you earn later. Your joy is a part of the signal that tells the divine that you're ready. You don't need to become someone else. You need to let yourself be seen as you already are. This chapter isn't asking you to heal harder. It's asking you to live louder, to choose bolder, to trust faster. And when doubt creeps in, because it will, remember this. You wouldn't be feeling this expansion if you weren't built to hold it. You're not imagining the pull. You're responding to it, and you're doing better than you think. Story time. There was a night when nothing was technically wrong. The room was quiet, too quiet. The kind of quiet that presses against your ears once you stop distracting yourself. The lights were low, your phone face down, your life on pause for just a second longer than usual. And that's when it happened. Not a breakdown, not a revelation with fireworks, just a feeling. A subtle pressure inside your chest, like something inside of you had shifted its weight. You tried to ignore it at first. You told yourself you were just tired, that tomorrow you'd feel normal again, that this restlessness didn't mean anything. But it didn't go away. Instead, it got clearer. You realized you weren't unhappy with your life. You were no longer contained by it. The dreams you used to have, the ones that once felt exciting, now felt small. Not wrong, just outdated. Like clothes you've outgrown without noticing. And for the first time, that scared you more than failure ever had. Because if you weren't meant for this version of life anymore, what were you meant for? In conversations where you smiled and nodded but felt a mile away, in routines that worked but no longer fulfilled you, in moments where you caught yourself staring off, imagining something you couldn't quite explain. And the strangest part, you didn't want advice. You didn't want reassurance. You didn't even want answers. You wanted permission, though you didn't know from whom. So you stayed quiet. You observed. You pulled back. People might have thought you were isolating, but really, you were listening. And in that silence, something ancient inside of you began to speak. It reminded you of who you were before you learned how to be palpable, before you learned how to be realistic, before you learned how to measure your dreams against others' comfort. You remembered the version of yourself that believed that life was responsive, that if you moved, something would move back. That version never died. They were just waiting for you to stop negotiating with fear. One day, without ceremony, you made a small decision, not a public one, not a dramatic one. You stopped shrinking. You didn't announce it. You didn't explain it. You simply chose yourself in quiet, ordinary moments. You said no when you used to say yes. You let ideas expand instead of cutting them down. You allowed excitement without immediately questioning it. And that's when things began to change. Not all at once, not loudly, but life started meeting you differently. Opportunities appeared casually, as if they'd always been there. Conversations opened doors you hadn't knocked on. Your confidence stopped needing proof. You weren't chasing anymore. You were responding. There were still moments of doubt. Of course there were. Late nights when you wondered if you were being irresponsible, unrealistic, too much. But even then, something steadier held you, a knowing that you had crossed an invisible line, that you could never fully return to who you were before you woke up to your own capacity, that the loneliness you once resented had actually prepared you to trust yourself. You weren't meant to be understood by everyone. You were meant to be aligned. And now, standing here, mid-becoming, you can feel it. This isn't the end of a chapter. It's the quiet before the momentum, the breath before movement, the stillness before ignition. Your life isn't asking you to be ready. It's asking you to be willing. And you are. You have always been. Peace and love.
These are the echoes of me, fading in the distance slowly. Ghosts of what I used to need, trying to pull me back below me. But I'm not her anymore, even if she calls out softly. All these echoes of me, they don't know me. They don't know me. I still feel her in my ribcage, beating harder than she should. She was always scared of changing, never believed she could. But the wind keeps shifting forward, and I follow where it leads, leaving footprints on new pathways she can never bring me. Let her drift, let her fade. She was real, but she was afraid. Now I breathe with open space. I'm the one who takes her place. These are the echoes of me, fading in the distance slowly. Ghosts of what I used to need, trying to pull me back below me. But I'm not her anymore, even if she calls out softly. All these echoes of me, they don't know me. Each layer felt so familiar, even when it smothered me. But I'm tired of the hiding of the weight I never chose. Growing pains but staying hurts in ways nobody knows. So I'm peeling off these heavy coats. One by one they hit the floor. All the names I used to answer, they don't fit me anymore. And the cold don't scare me now. I'm moving toward the truth somehow. I'm peeling off these heavy coats. I don't need them anymore. Some were woven from expectations. Some were stitched with quiet fear. Some were passed down like secrets I was never meant to hear. But now I feel the warmth inside that I forgot was there for me. You don't notice what you carry till you set it down and breathe. Let them fall, let them fade. All the weight, all the blame. I'm not lost, I've just changed. Learning how to face every mirror, every truth, every version I outgrew. So I'm peeling off these heavy coats, letting go of all I wore. I could feel the air around me, what I'm meant for, not before. And the cold don't scare me now. I'm the one I'm fighting for. I'm peeling off these heavy coats. I don't need them anymore. I walked away from all those hallways where I learned to stay small. Left behind the dreams they handed me. Never felt like mine at all. There are pieces of my childhood still tucked away in my mind. But some doors I had to close to step into the light. I don't always talk about it, but it follows me sometimes. Growing up means letting go of what you thought was yours to find. This is what I left behind, the versions I outgrew, all the days I tried to be someone I never knew. I'm not breaking, I'm just changing. There's freedom in goodbyes. I'm learning who I am by what I left behind. Left the fear of disappointing in the corners of an empty room. Packed away the quiet doubts, the whispered you'll lose. Took a breath and stepped forward, even when the path was unclear. Sometimes leaving is the only way to finally get here. All the weight, all the noise, every borrowed broken voice, I let them go. Made my choice to become my truest self. proud of how it felt. This is what I left behind, the versions I outgrew, all the days I tried to be someone I never knew. I'm not empty, I'm just lighter, with my story realigned. I'm learning who I am by what I left behind. Some days I feel like I'm unraveling, pulled apart at every seam. All the things I used to run from, catching up inside my dreams. And I'm trying not to break again, trying not to hide this time. But healing isn't gentle when you're leaving parts behind. And it's hard to face the mirror when the reflection starts to change. But I know that staying small would have hurt me just the same. These are my growing pains, the ache before the shift. The moments when it's hardest are the ones that make me live. I'm stretching past the boundaries of the life I used to claim. It's messy, but it's worth it. These are my growing pains. I've been learning how to sit with all the feelings I avoided. Every truth I kept in shadows now refuses to stay hidden. And it hurts to let old stories go, to admit what wasn't mine. But I can't become my future without leaving some behind. Every tear, every crack, every fear pulling me back, I feel it all, and still I move, still I rise, still I choose to be someone braver than the girl I used to lose. These are my growing pains, the breaking and the bloom, the nights I fall to pieces just to make a little room. I'm learning how to trust myself with every step I take. Becoming isn't easy, but I'll take the growing pain. I'll take the growing pain. I've been holding on to pieces that don't feel like me no more. Every layer getting tighter, every step a little sore. I can feel the pressure building, something shifting from within. Maybe breaking isn't failure, maybe breaking lets me live. And it's tearing at the edges, all the truths are buried deep. But I'm done with staying fragile, done pretending I'm asleep. I'm breaking skin, cracking open what I've hidden, letting go of who I've been, of the parts that kept me timid. It hurts. I was taught to keep it silent, just ignore the way it burned. But the fire's getting louder now, and I'm done holding it in. If becoming means I shatter, then I'll break to let light in. Let it split, let it tear, let it show what's underneath. I'm not scared of who I'll find when I finally start to breathe. If it hurts, then it's real. If it breaks, then I heal. I'm breaking skin, peeling back the past I carried, stepping out of what was then into something strong and daring. It's the hardest place